Hello, this is Shan Chandrasekhar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. We have an extremely distinguished guest in the studio here with us today, none other than your favorite, Himesh. The pleasure meeting you, Himesh. Hearty congratulations, Himesh. Every live show of yours, from what I understand, in your, maiden North American tour has been a thumping success, I believe.
See, honestly, the kind of response which I've gotten all over America is just phenomenal. God has been very kind. I'm really thankful and grateful to all my fans. Because this is just impossible without the blessings of lakhs and crores of people. Almost the whole stadium turns out into a nightclub by the time we just end our first act. And there is definitely some kind of divine intervention whenever I'm performing. This is what I felt. There is this one-to-one connection which I've been able to build it up with my fans, and these personal experiences, and this whole emotion of being in love, this whole emotion because I very strongly believe that everyone has been in love at least once. So reliving that moment, or getting into this whole emotion of this universal emotion called love. So there is this whole experience. It's very difficult for me to actually express it in words, but it is an experience, and I can tell you that of course there is a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun. Kuch log, people start crying, people dance, people enjoy. That entertainment is there, but there is this whole feeling of a lot of real happiness when I have been performing, and that is what I've felt from all my fans, and that is why I think somewhere I've been able to connect this whole rapport with my fans.
Ye tera mera milna, tera surur.
That's absolutely fascinating. Hearty congratulations. What a composition. Tell me about Aapka Surur. From what I understand, this has become one of the biggest hits right now and the most talked about work of yours. Tell us about Aapka Surur.
Aapka Surur is my first album, which is again something what I've felt from within, because I feel that music, is not a formula. Is never. It can't be mechanical. So from the time I've been singing, from Aashiq Banaya Aapne or Aksar or Jhalak or Aapka Surur or Pere Hera Peri, Chinatown, I've had, with the grace of God, about 36 hits. I've just got all the awards of the season. I have just felt that it is not only talent, it is destiny, it is God, that there is some divine intervention, some spotlight on me, which is making me create at least about 3 songs a day, or I have a stock of about 1,000 compositions with me. And somewhere these compositions are creatively very, very superior in quality. So if I say that, okay, I've made them, I don't think, because when I start making a composition, I just pray to God that just give me that power of composing, because you're composing out of nothing. And this divine intervention happens that I've been able to create some beautiful stuff, and which I very strongly believe that there is the blessings of all my fans with me, which is making me create. And I'm not trying to be modest, but this is what I've really felt. And I have always tried to capture the emotion of a man, of a person who has been genuinely in love, because that is the universal emotion which I think gives a lot of personal identification to the person who's listening to your music. Today, when anyone, any teenager, and I've tried to, of course, get into rags, pure rags, and simplify them for the common man to identify with it, and the youngsters can identify with it with a rocking rhythm and a very, very contemporary orchestration.
Absolutely. Zara Jhoom Jhoom is a classic example. It's a beautiful light classical raga that you took out.
Yeah.
It was almost like, in other words, somebody could have had it as a tilana in a classical dance performance, either in Kathak or in Bharatanatyam, but you brought in beautiful beat to it, brought the East and West together and the fusion.
Correct.
And you presented it, in the utmost, loving fashion, because there's a lot of love, as you said, in all your compositions. I love that song, by the way, because it's got a light classical and the Western touch. Can you hum the first, 2 lines of that song for me?
तू ही आरज़ू है, तू ही मेरा प्यार है, सहनो जिया पे तू ही सवार है, दिल में मचा दी तूने धूम, दिल में मचा दी तूने धूम धूम, जरा झूम झूम, जरा झूम झूम, जरा झूम झूम, जरा झूम झूम झूम.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's watch this. Now, you started off as a music composer. To be honest with you, before that, when you were a teenager, you actually produced serials, and there were big hits on our network here. Your earlier serials were big classic hits actually for us. Tell me about your transition from being a producer of serial to composing music. But you inherited that. Your father was a great music director. Very, very highly respected in the Gujarati community. So tell me about your upbringing. When you were growing up as a child, did he have an influence on you?
Yes, of course. I started composing at the age of 13.
Wow.
But somehow I was looking for the right break, and people don't really take you very seriously in India when you're just 13, 14. So I was composing, I was trying to get the right film, and I started producing TV serials, and I also did the title tracks of those serials. And at the age of 16 or 17, my serials, Zandaz and Amar Prem Nirma, Hajan, Dam Dam Adam, Aashiqi, Angan, all these serials were very popular. But eventually I had to be a music director because music was in my blood, due to my dad being the first person to introduce electronic instruments in India, and being the leading musician since last 30 years with Lakshmikant Pyarelal and Shankar Jaikishan.
That's fantastic.
So music, which was I wanted to do, so I had about 100, 200 songs during those days. And Mr. Salman Khan gave me a break in Pyar Kya To Darna Kya eventually. And that happened, and the first song of mine, Odli Chunariya Tere Naam Ki, became a huge success.
Hit, yeah.
Then it was followed by Dulhan Hum Le Jayenge and Jodi Number 1 and Ye Hai Jalwa. And then I got this turning point in my career with Mr. Abbas Mustan and Venus with Hamraz, and then Etraz, Mr. Subhash Ghai's film. And then this very big landmark in my music career was Tere Naam. It became the biggest selling album. I got my first award.
That's in 2003.
Correct. And then...
and you won the Filmfare Awards as well.
I used to sing well, but I wanted to just start off later after I was very, very well established in music. So I had promised a very favorite director of mine that I would start off with him. But that couldn't happen because before that I did the cue track of Aashiq Banaya Aapne, which I was composing for Aditya Dutt. And I was looking for a fresh voice for this song, and somehow I couldn't find one, and the shooting had come, and I had to I did the cue track, and then I was looking out for the fresh singer to eventually dub it, and Aditya was very, very insistent. He said, my song is done and I want to keep this voice. And when I heard it, Himesh Reshammiya, the composer, heard Himesh Reshammiya, the singer, for this particular song, I felt that it worked. And I gave him a go-ahead, and then I told my friend that my launching pad would be Aashiq Banaya Aapne, and then the song became a huge success. And then Mr. Bhushan Kumar, he said that, okay, he wanted to make a video out of it. And I requested my friend, Prashant Chadda, who's been a very close friend since school, but 16-year-old friend, he's a very good director, to direct my videos. And then he designed this whole look. And this whole process and this whole series of videos started with Aapka Surur and Aashiq and all these things. And then
this is a great trademark of yours. You really created a new sensation. You know, the baseball cap, you know, and your blue jeans.
The beard and the
and the trench coat, you know, in your music videos. They all stood out because, you know, they had a stamp of your, you know, your identity. You're so successful because you're extraordinarily talented in composing. So your conceptual framework of music, you know, right at the time, your score for that matter is superb. Your orchestration is superb. Your use of instruments at the right times brings out the best in lyrics. And and there is a song in which you've taken a combination of a little bit of a Sufi music, the Punjabi background, and it's like more like a Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan kind of a style, but done in a modern way. And you've done that as well.
Yeah.
And that's got a classical touch as well. You've used some surs in that as well.
Yeah.
And that music video is beautifully produced. It starts off with the dining table, with 4 or 5 of you are sitting around.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember the first 2 lines of that song?
Tu yaad na aaye koi aisa.
What a piece that is. Can you just hum the first 2 lines of that?
तू याद ना आए ऐसा कोई दिन नहीं ना ना तुझे भूल जाना जाना मुमकिन नहीं तू याद ना आए ऐसा कोई दिन नहीं तू याद ना आए ऐसा कोई दिन नहीं.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's watch that. Now let's go to Ahista Ahista. Oh, another classic composition of yours. Tell me about this, and tell me about your partner when you decide to conceptualize a music video production, because the music videos have become very important now, even to promote a movie.
Yeah.
In your case, you have done your own independent music videos, and the same song has been featured in a feature film as well, and you have also done a remix of it, which means the same song has had multiple avenues that you have created. Very few Western artists have been able to do that. Again, our congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Tell me about that concept.
I always felt that just about 2 years back, all the remixes which were done were getting a lot of criticism from the older generation. That these remixes are not good. This whole concept of a remix is not right. And I always believe that there's nothing wrong in doing a remix if the youngsters are liking it. The only thing is that the original composer, if you're taking an old song and remixing it, then should get the credit, and even the singers should get the credit, and the lyric writer as well. But the DJs were doing a fantastic job, and the only thing which I felt was going against those remixes were that these remixes were a little obscene, a little not classy, and they were a little vulgar. So somewhere I think this whole the emotion of the older generation was getting hurt. So that is what I tried, that even if my videos were there, they were absolutely clean. They had a lot of depth, and I give full credit to Prashant Chadha, my partner, my friend, who really did it so well, and yet at the same time proved that it is not necessary to make the video obscene to make it a hit. And yet we had the remixes also, where you have these dancers, or where you have these absolutely sensuous picturization, but absolutely clean. You don't show skin at all, and you can get away with it very cleanly and successfully. So this is what was the concept, and yet if you see all my songs which have a rocking rhythm to it, has got this inherent quality of romance, passion, love, pain, but they are not lifeless. I mean, they have a lot of life, a lot of energy, so that the youngsters can identify with it. Because finally, when I saw the survey, it is 95% of the buying is done below 25. So this survey helped me in just focusing me on the target audience, that was my youngsters. And for the older generation also, I've tried doing something very different with a film called Banaras, which was pure classical, or Tere Naam, which was semi-classical. Or I've tried to be as versatile as possible, and every 3-4 months I try and update myself, because that's very important for me to survive, and that's what I'm going to do in the future by getting a lot of folk music, which has never been heard by these youngsters. Folk songs with my new melody, and getting an orchestration of world music into it with a rocking rhythm. This kind of fusion, this is what I'm going to try very soon.
You had another music video that you produced, I Love You Sayori.
Right.
And in that, you have, it's very grand production, by the way. You're flying in a helicopter when you land. It's a massive production. You got 250 dancers around you, and it's got a theme behind. There's a child involved in that, and there's omnipotence, where you're able to get the bullet. Now tell me a little about the combination of these, and it's absolutely family viewing. There's nothing, vulgar, violent, nothing about it, and it's beautifully done. Tell me about this.
I Love You Sayoni is again a step ahead in the kind of videos we had done earlier with Aashiq and Aapka Surur, those emotional videos, because here we had this emotion, but since the song was the first fun song which I was doing, the whole concept which Prashant felt had to be very, very grand, and it was a step further, and that is why this whole concept of this man trying to reunite the couple, but that is revealed at the end of the video.
Right.
And so this whole intrigue value was constantly there in the video. And like always, finally the girls leave me.
Is that a sort of a melancholic reflection? Like, are you relating this in any way to your personal life?
Actually, my personal life, a lot of people want to know, but that I think the right time has not yet come, but it will be revealed soon. There's, like some people feel that, oh, how many girls have dumped me? Why am I crying? Why am I not smiling? Why am I so serious in life? Some people feel that I'm arrogant, but I'm really not arrogant. Maybe I'm a little shy, and that has been taken as arrogance. I don't know. Misconstrued, but there are a lot of questions to be answered. What about the cap? When the cap will come out? What is the look? What is this? What is this whole idea of the girls finally leaving me in the end of the videos? So I think a lot of mystery is there around me, and it's just not deliberately done. And I will answer all those questions. Definitely, there is definitely some sense of personal identification in all my videos and all the songs which I do, and of course the personal identification of everyone who's been in love, because this is one universal emotion which has not been tapped so correctly, which I've tried to, and God has been kind that it's been accepted very, very.
Great musicians, composers, they all have their own idiosyncrasies, even the greatest, in the past, for the past 100 years or so, centuries, and they're very sensitive. A lot of them are very sensitive. You as a composer and a singer, are you by yourself, or can you describe yourself, are you sensitive as well?
Yeah, very emotional, and I think because for a very good composition, for some very good singing, one has to try and at least be a good human being. That is very important, because somewhere, what you feel from within will be very evident in your songs. There might be some songs which might become hits, but if you want to survive for a longer period, every word, every song, everything has to come from within. It cannot be on the surface level. So and for that you have to try and get your karmas right, and at least try and not think bad about others. You can ask from God whatever you want. I mean, I have been taught by my dad and my uncle and a lot of people that sometimes you always, it's a human tendency that you start thinking of your competitors like, okay, I should do well, and he should, if his work is coming out in the market, you start feeling that, oh my God, there is a sense of insecurity. But from the last 2.5 years, 3 years, I have adopted this whole policy that God give him a lot of success, but God give me also a little more. So right. you can wish for them also. Don't think bad about others. This is what I've tried to do, and God has been really very kind, even more kind after what I've started just following it. So this is a small piece of karma which I've tried to follow, and it's really worked for me, and I'm thankful to God that I've realized that being a good human being is very important to compose some great stuff.
That's fantastic. Now, do you have a specific mood when you think of composition? Do you do your composition? Is there a particular time of the day when you get up early in the morning?
I definitely try and compose at least 2-3 songs, but I don't have a fixed time, because I'm very thankful to God again for giving me a profession which is my hobby. So when I'm with friends, when I'm partying, the composition can come anytime. But yes, this whole process of finding the right hook, the notes which you want to compose, and the kind of a song you want to. So I definitely keep an inspiration. Okay, fine. I want to create a fun song today, or I want to create a very emotional song. But definitely my theme is romance or love. But that can be even about someone in love, or the person who was in love, or the person who's lost his love. So it can be anyways, but it can have a rocking rhythm to it. So I try to explore every genre of romance in my music, and that's the way I just think of a composition. I try to work out, I pray to God, and then something happens that these notes start flowing. Then I find the right notes, then I come up with the hook. Then I sit once my tune is done, then I'm with my lyric writer, then work it out, then the orchestration, then the arrangement, then the recording, and then the videos.
Fantastic. You know, you since you're multi-talented, which role do you enjoy more, the composer role or the singer role?
See,
in your case, you have an advantage. Yeah, you don't have to sing other people's songs.
My advantage has been composing, singing, and the face.
Right.
These three combination has.
Right, but by the way, the third, you know, being a handsome guy, has it not been? I'm sure you must have been tempted by some offers from producers. They wanted you to act in a movie.
Yeah,
as
they
an
have.
actor,
But to
play the lead roles.
Very true. There have been a lot of offers, but I'm restricted to my videos, because I have not thought about films as being an actor. But definitely, I always, when I do a video, I see to it that I perform with the right intensity which the character should perform. You know, because it's very important that if I don't emote the song well, it's no point doing the video. And which role do I like the most? I will definitely say that any singer can't give his best if the composition is not good. So definitely the composer in me is more important than the singer in me, because if a composition is good, the singer can better it.
Of course.
But if the composition is not good, the singer can't do anything. So definitely I definitely believe in the composer more, but my success is definitely due to being more. I mean, of course, a singer will be recognized more than a composer, but a singer is nothing without the composer. But my success is definitely because of my compositions and being a singer and the kind of videos which has been done, and it's just a combination of everything. So it's very difficult for me to spell out.
You know, Himesh, you've received, raving welcome, wherever you've gone, people have given you such a warm welcome. The adrenaline in you gets going when you get on stage. You know, performing in a studio is different from performing live in front of thousands of people in an audience. Tell me about the interaction between you and the audience in a live show.
I think a recording is always perfect, because you can do the changes. When you're performing live, it's what exactly you feel at that moment. And with the grace of God, all the performances which I have done have been better than the recordings. Because this whole emotional journey, emotional connection with the fans, full of energy, with a lot of emotion. All the fans are reliving the moments they have been with their loved ones or they are in love with, and this whole journey of everyone in love, because this emotion, you can't find anyone who's not been in love.
God bless you and give you lots of prosperity and joy, and and great job satisfaction. Keep keep your flag flying high, and I'm sure you'll be entertaining millions of your fans around the world.
It's not only a great social service, but also a great favor for the Indian community, and I think ATN is doing it very well. You're doing it very well, and this channel, this whole concept of promoting Indian culture, Indian talent, year is something which every Indian year has to be proud of, and not only the Indians but even the people, even those who are not Indians, I think are appreciating it, and that's something which is great. It's fantastic.
Again, God bless you. On behalf of ATN, I want to promise you,
Thank you very much.
anytime you have any special music videos, anything you're doing, all the promotion, everything will be with our pleasure. It will be for the asking, because we are so proud of you, and we want your music and art to reach millions of people around the world. All the best.
Thank you.